Hi friends, so here we are in, what are we? I almost said Seattle, that's not right.
Miami Beach.
We're in Miami Beach.
As many of you may be aware, I actually was on the MSC Divina right before this cruise, but I have decided to put this one out first because I was actually on the Divina fairly recently, and if you want to see that, I will link that in the card above or in the description below. But anyway, so I got off the MSC Divina. I actually stayed on to the absolute last minute. They literally walked over and said, "Sir, you have to leave." Customs was really being extra, and it took me a while to disembark the ship. I was glad I didn't have a plane to catch, but by the time I was done with all that, there weren't any more surge pricing for Ubers or anything, so I caught an Uber to the hotel I was staying at. I decided to stay at the Hotel Gaythering, which is a hotel that Carlos and I had discovered the last time we were in Miami and wanted to stay there someday, and we finally did. And since I'd gone to bed late the night before and had gotten up so early, I pretty much slept the entire day once I got there. And meanwhile, Carlos was flying into Miami from El Paso to meet me. The Gaythering has a few room type options, but we decided to go with their small crate room, which gives you your own kind of really tiny plywood box of a room with a shared bathroom. It's sort of like a hostel, but you do get your own lockable room, and you just share the bathroom with 3 or 4 other rooms. But one thing we were not prepared for was how tiny those rooms are, and so next time I think we'll either stay in the bigger version of those rooms or just get our own room, because they do have that as an option as well. Carlos arrived that night kind of late, and so we just went to bed, and then woke up the next morning and decided to explore the beach a little bit.
Hi friends, so here we are in, what are we? I almost said Seattle, that's not right.
Miami Beach.
We're in Miami Beach. And yeah, Carlos got in last night, and I was obviously on the Divina before that. And now we're starting off the adventure for our Disney cruise this week for Carlos's 40th birthday.
I know, I'm getting old, huh? All these gray hairs.
Yeah. But we decided to come up a couple days early so we could hang out on Miami Beach and just chill and, you know, actually experience Miami, because we don't usually do that. We've been out of here a few times and have never actually gone to the beach or anything, so here we are. But yeah, these first few clips will just be kind of like us at the beach hanging out. Then we will go to sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow and go over to the cruise port. So yeah,
We'll take you along.
yeah, and we'll talk soon.
Bye, guys.
We didn't actually go out into the water or anything, but if you've never been to Miami Beach, there's like a whole long strip of stuff like restaurants and bars and, you know, shopping and entertainment venues, etc. And so we walked the strip, and we were at this point getting hungry, so we decided to stop into this Mexican restaurant, mainly because we saw people with really big drinks, so of course we started out with those, and we split some chips and salsa. We ate breakfast kind of late, so we weren't too hungry, but it was nice to sit there and chill and have some drinks and munch on some chips and stuff before exploring a little bit more and then heading back to the Gaythering. And lots of people were out walking their dogs and stuff, and there were some nice apartments and things that we, of course, were like, we could move there, because we say that literally every time we're in a new city. But soon we were back at the hotel, which was about 1.5 miles away. It wasn't too long of a walk, and that whole area is really easily walkable and accessible. And when we got back to our hotel, the bar, which is what we'd actually discovered the last time we were in Miami that made us like the place, was having a happy hour. So we had several drinks there and kind of, you know, hit it off with the bartender, and the vibe was really cool and chill and all that fun stuff.
You know that I need you.
So after that, we went to bed, and then we woke up the next morning and got some breakfast. That same bar actually serves breakfast in the morning for the hotel guests, and that is an included option. But for some reason, I don't have any footage of that because I am a failure. But anyway, after breakfast, we went and packed up our stuff and then said goodbye to our tiny little crate room. It was definitely a unique experience, and if you're a gay man looking for somewhere cool to stay in Miami, this might be the place for you.
Good morning, friends. Sorry it is a little bit loud over here, but we're just waiting. We just checked out of the Gaythering, and now we are killing a little bit of time before we call the Uber to head over to the cruise port. So that's where we're at. That's the update. I didn't have coffee this morning, so no review, but Carlos had coffee. How was your coffee?
It was good.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it all, but it was good.
Yeah. So they don't have any like special brand or anything. They just have a Keurig machine and then a few little pods you can pick from, but it was fine. Breakfast was very good, so yeah. I guess we'll see you soon. We'll talk soon.
So after that, we called the Uber, which took almost no time at all because the Gaythering was actually really close to the cruise port, a lot closer than I remember it being. The last time we stayed in Miami, I felt like the drive over there was a little bit longer, but anyway, it seemed like 5 minutes and we were under the tunnel and pulling into the cruise port area, and the driver, of course, dropped us off in front of the Disney Dream. This was our first Disney cruise, so we were, of course, excited and also a little bit nervous because, you know, embarkation can be a little bit different from cruise line to cruise line. But one thing Disney's really good at is having you prep everything in advance. You know, you upload your COVID card and passport information and all that stuff. And so when they scanned our boarding pass, they pretty much were like, yeah, you're good to go, and had us basically go directly to the final checkpoint. We did have to wait a little bit because they weren't calling our boarding group yet, but we were through with embarkation and getting on the ship in a matter of less than 30 minutes. One thing that's really cool about when you enter a Disney ship is they announce your family on board and everybody cheers for you. It's really kind of a cool moment. Our rooms weren't quite ready when we got on board, so we waited a little bit, and then finally they opened the little barriers to enter the hallways. We were on deck 6. They were very strict on time with everything, which doesn't surprise me because it's Disney. With other cruise lines, I've been able to get into my room earlier, but they had every possible way blocked off until it was exactly time to go in. And we made our way to our room. We were in room 6004, which is a forward-facing porthole room that's right below the bridge. It was pretty much the same price as the interior room we booked originally, but it was bigger and obviously had the porthole, which was really nice. And so shout out to my friend Ed for recommending that room to us, because as soon as he mentioned it, I jumped right on changing it, and it was really easy to do through the Disney website. But yeah, one of the first things we did once we were on board is go up to Cabanas to have some lunch, and that was a really good way to kind of start things out for us. But yeah, before we knew it, we were all settled in and ready for our first night on board the Disney Dream.
All right, y'all, so we are here on the Disney Dream, our big 40th birthday celebration for Carlos, not for me. And yeah, we've had lunch so far. They're about to do the safety drill right now, so we might get interrupted. But what do you think so far, Carlos?
I'm loving everything so far. Don't we look good for 40?
Yeah, yeah, so cute. We're exploring the ship now, getting to know what's, you know, here and how it all works and whatever. But we'll keep you posted on all that. But yeah, I want to thank you all for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.
Bye, guys.